What year was that you were homeless?
That was from 2009 to about 2011, 2012. Collecting recyclables out of dumpsters just to eat and pay my phone bill.
Tell me real quick a success story that happened from beginning to end with a rescue dog.
I'm going to tell you about Jessie. Jessie was along with her two brothers. They were 9 weeks old. They were abandoned.
And then what happened?
I started a coffee business with my last $60. It's about a comeback. You can be homeless and still make a comeback.
All right, so you were a DJ with your desktop computer.
And then, I got a picture of it too.
And then what happened after that?
First event that I showed up, people laughed. The moment the music started playing, people started dancing.
I can definitely say I would not be the person that I am if I didn't have those almost 15 years with him, because he really changed my mindset. He made me look at the human-animal connection differently.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of What is Your Story? Today, we are having some amazing people on my podcast to really hear their story. You might be really inspired, you guys, because you know what? Vic right here, they call him Little Saint. He was homeless one time, and now he owns two businesses, and he is also a music artist and a motivational speaker. We really want to hear his story and see what really inspired him to become so successful where he is right now. Welcome, everybody. Little Saint, as they say, and Shareen. Welcome to my podcast, you guys.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just doing our thing. I'm working with Shareen. She's got my dream job.
Yeah.
Working with animals.
Well, we're going to get to that in a minute, Shareen.
Yeah.
Why don't you walk with us, the audience, tell them your journey. How did you come from homelessness to becoming so successful?
So in 1986, there was a baby that was born. Doctors said that he was born with a disability called fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah.
He was the baby of 13 kids, and basically he was taken by the state due to the fact that the mother was an alcoholic. She'd probably done drugs or whatever. Placed in a foster home, then adopted out into a Christian home. And fast forward 2005, meets a girl, ends up having kids, getting married. The ex-wife tells his parents, who she still lives at his parents today, that he was cheating. And so he gets kicked out and basically living out of his truck. And in 2008, is asked the question, what is your passion? So therefore, the person that asked the question said, write your feelings about everything that has ever gone on paper. So the feelings became lyrics, the lyrics became a song, and the song became the story. And the reason why I know that.
And what is that story?
That story is is about a comeback. You can be homeless and still make a comeback.
Okay.
So me being homeless, living out of my truck and telling people building a business was not easy.
Yeah.
What
year was that?
That was from 2009 to about 2011, 2012.
You were homeless.
Collecting recyclables out of dumpsters just to eat and pay my phone bill.
Wow.
Seriously.
Wow. And then what happened?
Well, I started a coffee business with my last $60 and made a good amount of money to be able to buy me some DJ equipment. First time ever to actually DJ was for the city of Pomona.
Well, before we get to the DJ business, let's just go slowly. So you started a coffee business. Tell us about that a little bit.
It's a health and wellness coffee
Okay.
that literally helped me with migraines, because I used to suffer from migraines. And I tried all the products. Each product does different things. It's a mushroom coffee.
Okay.
So, and no, it's not those type of mushrooms. I swear. I promise you. But it is a health and wellness company, so I was marketing that, made money in it, and just started doing other things to
Okay.
start getting my foot back on the ground to get out of the hole that I was in.
Okay. And then you did that for
About a year,
a
yeah,
year or so, and then you're like, I want to get into DJing.
yeah. So that I
What inspired
started.
you to start a DJ business?
Funny story is, I literally got an 18-year-old kid into a 21 and over club to DJ at. I saw how much fun he was having. I was his manager. I saw how much he was making, and I was like, three things I need to know. Okay, how much fun he was having,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was walking away with a good amount of money, and the fact that he had all these girls coming up to him. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I better be careful. No, he was having fun with it, and I was like, dude, music is my passion. He's got people out on the dance floor dancing, and he's doing what I would love to do.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, I started out with home speakers that probably stood half the size of me. I'm only 4'11". No, I'm actually 5'2", but I started out with the full-on desktop computer, um, and a home stereo system and I'd put it in my car, and I'd say, "Yes, I'm a DJ." I'd pop that thing up everywhere, and people would laugh.
What year was that?
That was in 2012.
2012. Okay.
Yeah, people would laugh, and they'd be like, "There's no way you're gonna make it as a DJ with this type of stuff."
What do you think,
And
Shareen?
I think it's very funny because
First of all, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit, Shareen?
I'm Shareen. I am the CEO and founder of Kine's House, a nonprofit animal rescue, and I'm also a neonatal ICU nurse.
Nice.
So, Kine's House is my passion project, and I met Victor because I do a lot of different events, and I was looking for a DJ. He actually works for some friends of mine, and I was like, you know what? I need a DJ. I need somebody that I can trust. And he no longer travels with a desktop and
Now
four
you
foot
have a laptop,
11.
right?
Yeah, he's got a laptop and a good sound system. So
So you guys
yeah.
are business partners now, so to speak.
yeah,
Yeah, we pretty
yeah.
much like help each other out with our both
Nice.
on both sides. Like he loves what I do with the animal rescue because he loves animals, and I feel like it does help him with a lot of what he's been through.
Yeah.
And it's something that I do want to expand on with my rescue is being able to help support people who have gone through trauma and stuff. Because animals I feel like do really help people
Oh,
with
yeah.
that because they're so compassionate and just that unconditional love. So I love that been able to connect and just
Definitely.
watching him with the animals. Like sometimes I see I can see the passion. Like he's fallen in love with one of my dog's Shadow, and
Oh,
Yeah, he's a
he
is that your
husky.
pet at home?
no, he's actually one of our rescues,
Oh,
and he
okay.
loves huskies. And he was at an event of mine helping me, and I watched him take Shadow on the leash, and he like gave him a Shadow jumps up, gives him a hug. They kind of like gave each other a little love, and then they took off running together to go to the car. And it was one of those moments where I said, like, this is why I do what I do. And then I want to
Yeah.
see so many other families and kids and adults be able to have that moment. And I
Yeah.
really wish I would have had my camera out at that time
Oh,
to be able to share that with other people. But I think it was a moment that I just needed for myself to just kind of give me that continued boost of feeling like, yes, I'm doing the right thing.
wow.
I could already see it now. A movie coming out.
I'd love
I'll
to hear
portray the
more.
kid.
I'd love to hear more about that in a few minutes. So
Okay.
let's jump back to Little Saint. All right, so you were a DJ with your desktop
Hmm.
computer. and
I
then
got a picture of it
and then
too.
what happened after that?
Um, First event that I showed up, people laughed, and the moment the music started playing, people
Nice.
started dancing.
Nice.
So I could say, you know what? At that point, it doesn't matter how you start, just start.
Yeah.
Just start. Because to be honest, at the end of the day, nobody's going to care what you had. It's how you did the job or whatever services you provide,
Yeah.
you know? So
I always
then,
believe in that.
so
Like,
then I
just
started getting
start.
referrals.
Mhm.
Yeah. I started getting referrals, and Went to a Les Brown event.
All right. So tell me about that.
So my mind,
Where was that event?
that event was in Orange County.
Okay.
I got to meet Les Brown, and this is back in 2016, 2017. I threw my DJ card in the bucket, and the lady picked it up. She goes, "You're a DJ," and I'm thinking she wants DJ services. All right, cool.
Mhm.
And she goes, "Have you ever done AV?" And I was like, "What does AV stand for?"
What's AV?
America's Funniest Video.
Yeah.
So, I go, my mind said no, but my mouth said yes.
Yeah.
So that's the part that gets me in trouble a lot.
That's something I learned is like always say yes. And you
Well,
figure it out later.
Right.
exactly.
Exactly. So then what happened?
So she's like, "Well, how much would you charge for audiovisual services?" And at this point, I'm not like clear as what she wants. I'm like, "Oh, 400." She goes, "I won't even mess with you at that point." She goes, "You got to raise your prices." Okay. She goes, how's 750? And I was like, okay. So it was my first time doing it. I didn't have projector screens. I didn't have projectors. I didn't have certain microphones like the lapel microphones. I didn't even know what a lapel was. I just had the handheld. And again, I'm learning at this point. Well, that event went really well.
Yeah.
Second event, and this is where law of attraction took over my business. The gentleman who was in charge of the workshop that I was working with, I looked over at my business partner. I said, "Hey, what if they ask us to go traveling?" And she goes, "Well, what are you going to do?" And right there, my brain is like, "You're not going to go. You're too scared." But my mouth said, "I'm going to go. I want to go. I want to go travel." That has been my number one thing on my bucket list, to go travel different states. Furthest I've been was to Arkansas and to Florida.
Nice.
That was it. Um, so no sooner that I said that, Adam Ginsberg, who was the gentleman that was in charge of the workshop, he looks over at me and goes, "Yo, Vic, how'd you like to go traveling with us?" I looked at my business partner and I said, "I'm in trouble." Because my mouth said yes again. My brain said, what do we do? My business has allowed me to buy me a Disneyland pass, buy me 2 vehicles,
Nice.
do a whole bunch of stuff and travel. I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you right now, the journey, yes, it's been tough, but being homeless actually gets you to think about who you are.
Yeah.
It keeps you humble, and you'll always remember where you come from.
Yes. Yes. So, all right. So from homeless to 2 businesses, as we said. So
Mhm.
your first business was a DJ. What's your second business?
Second business is I do printing. I printed my own shirts.
Nice.
Um, and I did some shirts for you.
Yeah, you did. They're
I'm
beautiful.
surprised you're not wearing it.
I'll
Oh
wear
wait,
it.
we raffled it. That's right. No, I started that business because I've always had a fascination of doing shirts. I'd walk through the mall and I'm like, dude, how do they do this? It's so cool. Want to do it. So I bought me a heat press off of Facebook Marketplace,
Really?
and um
This guy's a go-getter.
bought
Yes.
me some heat transfers. Didn't know what I was doing. My first DJ shirts was like the heat transfers with the iron on. And literally it was peeling off the same day I was DJing an event. And I'm like, yeah, this is not cool. My shirt is falling apart. But then,
I better step it up and level up.
exactly. So I learned how to do it. My first client, she needed a Disney shirt,
Yeah.
and I cheated. They say cheating, you shouldn't be a cheater, but in success you can cheat.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Tell
It's
me.
good. What
Tell
I
me why.
did,
Why did you do that?
why did I do it? To get the job done.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to do it. Uh, she needed She hit me up on a Wednesday. She needed it by a Thursday. So early morning, I went to the mall. I told the guy, hey, I need this design on this shirt. And he did it. He charged me $55. So I upselled it to 65. I told, and she goes, why so much? I said, because it's Disney.
Yeah.
You would pay the same price at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And she bought the shirt.
Or maybe more even.
Exactly. She bought the shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I got some here. So I tried it again, but this time I pressed my own stuff and I sold it to a couple people, and then it just got bigger. Now I got a heat press, mug press, tumbler press, a hat press right here.
Wow. And you got a bunch of people working for you and
No, it's just
everything.
me.
Oh, okay.
I wish I had a bunch of people. I
You-
wouldn't I
That's-
wouldn't look so
that's-
tired if I did.
She's working for you.
For free.
You don't. She's not on payroll.
We're trying to get her on payroll, but she said I could have shadow if, you know. So we're making
All
we're
right,
trying
so
to
so let's move on. So you got your DJ business, you got your T-shirt printing business and mug business right now, and then also I heard you're a music artist as well.
yeah.
What happened there?
So I became an overnight music artist, just writing out all my feelings of everything that has happened.
Yeah.
Parents kicked me out. Ex-wife pushed me away from my kids. I have three kids, and pretty much kicked me out of their lives. She had my whole family turned against me. You know, none of them talked to me today. And basically, I wrote everything out, and it went into my music. And you know, I've had things happen, you know, loss of my mom, and I just stopped writing. I stopped doing a lot of things. I've had a lot of family pass away, so
I'm so sorry, but then.
thank you. When family passed away, I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I
Mhm.
can't deal with the fact that when you have people, and this is where a lot of times we think that the people that are closest to us, they're going to be around forever,
Yeah.
but they're not. You know, I went into drinking heavily, and 7 months sober now. You know,
Congratulations. That's great.
now back in the music studio and doing what I do
Yes.
best.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so relaunching the music of the
How many
third album.
songs have you written?
I think like 20, 22.
Okay.
So I'm working on my third album right now. So
No way. Third album.
third album.
Wow, that's
It's
wonderful.
called Reloaded.
Reloading?
Reloaded.
Oh, Reloaded.
Yeah. So, and one of the songs I actually got to perform at your event, and I
Yeah, the
appreciate
Level
that.
Up, right?
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
name of that song?
Level Up.
It's called Level Up?
It's called Level
Okay,
Up.
Level Up at the Level Up event.
And Shareen
Shireen was a partner. She
She
was
was
a,
a
she was she
yes.
was singing in that song.
co-artist on that. You know, she didn't know, you know, I told her, I was like, give it a try. Let's see what, you know, how we can co-do this. And she was
Yeah.
like, all right.
Did you like that, Shireen? Did you have fun doing it?
I did. I have never sang before besides like some karaoke or like singing in the shower or singing in the car. So when
Wait, you sing in the shower? That's like karaoke, right?
but I never thought
We're gonna
like,
speak about karaoke too.
yeah, I'm like, I never thought of myself as being anybody that can be on anybody's album of
Yeah.
any kind.
Yeah.
So when he asked me, I was like, we know people that like sing and are like putting music out and are on like SoundCloud and all that stuff. And I'm like, you want me to sing?
Hey, you did good. You
So
sounded really good.
thank you.
So,
Thank
just
you.
real quick question: did you print that T-shirt?
I did.
Wow,
I
that's
did.
beautiful.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, we actually, I
Who came
DJ'd
up with
her.
the design?
It was her.
So this is my design that I did through AI.
Okay.
Because I love Dios los Muertes, and I probably said that totally wrong, so I apologize.
Don't feel bad.
But I did this for my dog because he passed away last April 27th, and
Oh, I'm so
yesterday,
sorry.
thank you. It was my soul dog. He's the name for the rescue, Kine. So that's why the rescue is called Kine's House. It's named
Oh,
after him. But it started before he passed away. So lost him unexpectedly last year. And yesterday we actually had a celebration of life event.
oh,
And Victor was the DJ, and then he made these shirts for myself, for my mom and dad, my nephew,
Yeah.
and then for Maui and Anna, my other two dogs. So we
Oh,
all had like matching
they had t-shirts
t-shirts.
too?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, this is one of
I
his
gotta see a picture of
designs.
that.
Yeah, so he did. Yeah, so he does a really good job.
Beautiful. So tell me about your nonprofit. What do you guys
Um,
do to rescue the
so
dogs?
yes, so we're a 501(c)(3). I'm foster based, so I don't have a location, but that is definitely something that we are working towards
Yes.
is getting a location. I want to have a sanctuary space, but we focus on the 4 R's. We focus on rescue, rehabilitation, rehome, and retention, with a big focus on retention, which is keeping the dogs in the home.
Yeah.
A lot of rescues, a lot of shelters, a lot of breeders. I have nothing against any of them, but what I get a lot of calls for when I started my rescue, my phone was ringing, was people needing help keeping their dogs.
Yeah.
Because once they got their dog from wherever they got them from,
Yeah.
and then once those issues start to come in with, potty training, leash pulling, maybe some signs of reactivity, behavior, any of those behavioral issues, that's when people give up.
Yeah.
And when they've reached back out to any of the places where they got their dogs from, they weren't getting the support.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when people aren't getting the support, that's how dogs end up on the street. That's how they end up abused or neglected. That's how they end up in the shelters. So
Yeah.
that's why I really focus on retention. So it's not just about keeping the dogs that I rescue and get them adopted out in their homes, but then I also work in the community to help support that as well. So we offer dog training. I started working alongside the Inland Empire Holiday Toy Drive last year.
Oh, wow.
And they were doing it basically just to support families and their kids. But when I came on as a nonprofit, they were just like, okay, well, you do animals. And I said, yeah, but my families, I need to be supporting them. If they need help with support of their kids, they need help also for the support of their pets.
Right.
So within that, we were able to then, I was like, I'm going to start launching where I do kind of like pet supplies too. So last year for Christmas, we not only did toys and stuff for their kids and food and stuff for families who needed it, but we also had a pet supply and pet food pantry as well. So people who came and got toys and stuff for their
Yeah.
families were also able to get stuff for their pets.
Just tell me real quick
So
a story, a success story that happened from beginning to end with the rescue dog.
oh my gosh, you know what? I would say I'm going to tell you about Jessie.
Jesse. Okay.
So, Jessie was along with her two brothers, they were 9 weeks old. They were abandoned out in Paris on what they call Coyote Mountain, which people dump a lot of dogs out in Paris, here in California. And it's called Coyote Mountain because there's a lot of coyotes out there. And people dump their animals there pretty much with the expectation that they will succumb to the elements or the coyotes will get
That's
them.
so sad.
So at 9 weeks old, you can only imagine how small these babies were. And they were already not in the best of health. And I work alongside another rescue that mainly does trapping. So they got a call about her and her two brothers. Andy, we named him Andy. And then the brother was named Marlowe. And they all got trapped. She was the shyest out of the bunch. We got her brothers got adopted, and then I had Jessie for almost, my gosh, like 7 months. When we got her, she was severely emaciated. If she wouldn't have been trapped, she probably would have succumbed to the elements, or a coyote would have picked her off because she was just not doing well. But we nursed her back to health, and she started opening up. She
Wonderful.
started being very friendly. Her brothers got adopted, and she was left with us, but we were able to get her into a foster home with other dogs. So she still had a pack because it's very clear that she loves being in a pack
Yeah.
situation. And just recently, a little over a week ago, she found her forever home.
Oh,
And it's
congratulations.
with an amazing couple. They have a small baby, 8 months old. They had lost their German Shepherd mix last fall. And they actually, crazy enough, they were talking. And, you know how we say, like, our phones kind of hear what we're saying? She literally, from a group she's not on Facebook, a picture popped up of Jessie from my fosters, and she reached out to them asking about her because she looked like their dog that had passed.
Hmm.
He actually has deployed to Africa which is crazy that he was
That is
even near
crazy.
his phone, was able to message her back and give her my information, and then we connected. So it was such a crazy
Yeah,
experience for how things transpired, and it was clear that that was where Jessie was meant to be. And we did her home drop off. We did a meet and greet. Then they said yes, she's our baby. We did a home drop off, and they have just been absolutely in love, and she's flourishing at that home. And
that's
it
so
was just so
wonderful.
beautiful to just see her go from, like, nearly on death's door to this shy, shut down pup to just this loving,
Yeah.
adorable baby that now
Oh,
has a
what
home.
an incredible story.
Yeah.
All right, little saint, tell us about your mindset. How does your morning routine look like?
My mindset's not there. Routine is roll over, check text messages, emails, Facebook messages. Um, but it's always before my feet hit the ground.
Yeah,
I always say thank you, Jesus, for waking me up and
I
for the
love that.
things that I have. You know, a lot of people, they own businesses, they're making the money that they want to make, or you know, and they wake up grumpy.
Yeah,
Like,
Mm.
oh man, I gotta get up. I gotta do this. No. If you change your mindset of, yes, I get up, I get to change somebody's life, I get to do my business. You know, a lot of people
yeah,
they just their mindset has to change. I always tell people, you're broke because your mind is broke. You're broke because your mindset is broke,
yeah.
you know.
What is one advice you can give somebody right now that's homeless that want to change their life?
If you want to change your life and you're homeless, keep swinging. Just keep fighting. You're going to get there. You
Hmm.
know, you're going to get there. And remember this phrase, it is what it is. Because when you learn that, you'll learn the fact that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to go through the struggles. You're going to come out stronger than what you are now,
Yeah,
you know.
great,
Yeah.
great advice. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Shireen? I
Oh
heard that you are Miss Riverside.
my.
What's next up for you?
Yes, so I am with the Global Ambassador Queens. I am Miss Riverside County. I'm going to be going for Miss California in May. And it is a platform where female entrepreneurs are coming together.
Nice.
The big focus is on mental health, which ties very much into with Kine's house, and just how I love to support people with. I believe human animal bond is very important to our mental health. And so I got chosen to be part of this organization, which is amazing.
Amazing.
So I am excited. So for me right now, I say the next things for me is going for Miss California and continuing to expand Kine's house, continuing to share his legacy of what he did for me and how
Yeah.
important he was in my life, because I can definitely say I would not be the person that I am if I didn't have those almost 15 years with him, because he really changed my mindset. He changed my outlook.
Yeah.
He brought me out of my shell. He made me look at the human animal connection differently.
Absolutely.
So, because of that, I am the person that I am. Because of him, Kine's house exists. So I'm really right now, I'm just focusing on continuing to change the lives, human and animal
That's amazing
alike.
for
And
sure.
yeah, and of hoping to eventually be able to have some kind of a space, whether
Yes.
it's a small storefront space to start, and then
Yeah.
working toward that bigger
You will do it.
sanctuary.
That's for sure. Any last thoughts, little saint? Oh, by the way, tell me really quick. How did you come up with the uh, name Little Saint?
Yeah.
Funny story, some friends of mine and I, we were trying to figure out what to call the DJ business. We were
Yeah.
gonna call it Baby Boy Productions because I'm short. Um, but it was too close to another company. So my friends started making fun of me. Was like, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't have tattoos.
Oh, okay.
You're just a saint or a little saint. And that's when I was like, wait a minute,
Wait,
hold
that's a
up.
good
Little
name.
Saint, I changed it from Baby Boy Productions to Little Saint Productions.
Love it.
And I was like, you know what? I'm a little saint. Okay, I'll rock with it. So
Say it again.
Little Saint.
I'm a little saint.
I'm a little saint.
There you
but,
go. There you go.
But sometimes, no, it's fine. But yeah, it just
So
stuck.
just last minute thought real quick for the audience, and also where can they reach you and listen to your music? And you can look at the camera right there.
You can reach me at reverbnation.com/the official Little Saint. You can also check me out on facebook.com/LIL Saint Productions. And same thing with Instagram, LIL Saint Productions. So
That's good. Last minute thought?
I would just say, just keep pushing. It's all about you making the decision every day to get up and make a difference in your life and somebody else's life. We all have a purpose.
Yeah.
And if you have a passion that you love and something that you would do, whether you are paid or not,
Yes.
that is your calling.
That's
And
it, for
that's something
sure.
that my dad taught me when I was making the decision to go into business. So I
Good
would
man. Good
just,
man.
yeah.
Well, I
So,
really enjoyed you guys' story. I
yeah.
really enjoyed it so much, and I'm sure the audience enjoyed it, listening to you guys and watching you. And they are definitely being inspired right now and motivated to get up there and get going and not giving up. And that's really behind this podcast, is how we can motivate you guys, inspire you. I hope you can subscribe to my channel. We'll talk to you and see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.